Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here bringing you low quality content you deserve, and today I'll be going over Dark Magicians, and this is going to have all the support that is going to be available one day. Some of these cards aren't even out in the OCG yet. You can only test them on Yugioh Pro or in Custom Lobby and Dueling Book, but we all know how that goes. But pretty much, I wanted to show off this deck because I've been testing it, and holy shit, it is insane. It is much more powerful than I thought it would be, and I actually thought this was already going to be pretty good. So, I'll have to explain a lot of choices because I know a lot of people don't like certain choices I have, and I know some other people are like big fans of the choices I have, but I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it and explain. Triple Dark Magician. He's the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, so you got to play him at 3. Then Dark Magician Girl. It's only in here because of the Dark Magicians and the Magicians combination. But otherwise, it's pretty pointless. It is a level 6, so you got some uses with that. But it's mainly in here just to act as like a pseudo Garnet, or pretty much is a Garnet. Then we got Triple Apprentice Illusion Magician. Dump all your dead cards out of your hand to go search cards that you may pretty much go search Dark Magician. Pretty handy. Triple Magician's Rod. It's self-explanatory, and its Grave effect actually comes up a lot more now because of a choice card in here, as you can see. And then we got Triple Magician Souls. This card's insane. If you don't know what it does, you can reveal it from your hand to send a level 6 or higher spellcaster from your deck to your graveyard. Then you choose to activate from one of 2 effects. Which would either be special summon this card, or special summon a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard. Pretty powerful. And it's like a very good going second card if you already have Circle too. So yeah, pretty good. It also has the other effect where if it's on the field, you can send up to 2 spell traps from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then draw the same number of cards, which actually comes up a lot because the thing about Dark Magician is you want a balance of spells, traps, and monsters for your hand. Like, you want a lot of spells and traps and then like 1 to 2 monsters. But for the hands where you just have no monsters and a bunch of dead spells, you can use this to kind of cycle to the cards you want to see. So that effect actually is pretty good. Then we got Double Diablos, because the Red-Eyes stupid toxic Dragoons can actually just use any dragon. So why the hell would I ever use Red-Eyes when I can send something that actually has an effect and a really powerful effect? And then this is kind of a toolboxy tech choice. I know some Dark Magician players were playing this way before any of the support was announced. But it's Mana Dragon. If a spell trap leaves your field and it's banished during your graveyard after that effect resolves, you special summon it, then you reset a banished or in your graveyard spell and trap back to your field. The ultimate thing about this is you can build a field as long as you have 1 Eternal Soul. Even if your field gets wiped, you can slowly rebuild it, or kind of quickly now, rebuild it with Eternal Soul. So actually having a card that is like a preventative from permanently losing it is really important. But you can also, again, it works in the hand or graveyard. So Red-Eyes Fusion, just stump this and go wee. Then we got Triple Dark Magician Circle, Triple Faithful Servant, stack your deck and then draw cards. And since we're playing Dark Magician Girl, this is a pot of greed instead of an upstart. So that's pretty insane. Then we got Triple Broken. Like, the Red-Eyes Fusion for this deck is legitimately a toxic card. I hope that we don't have a format where you can play both this and this at the same time, because more than just this deck will probably play it. It's just a very toxic card. Then we got Double Secrets, Fusion Summon pretty much. Dark Magicians, but since we're playing dragons, you can go into Dragoons the natural way. And there's a few other choices too. Then we got 1 Illusion Magic. It tributes. So, yeah. And it searches, obviously. Then we got one upstart for 39 card deck, and we got one Foolish Burial to send most of anything, really. You can send your dragons, your garnets, your rod in certain situations. Like there's plenty of good targets to send. Then we got triple Eternal Soul, staple, triple combination. This is like one of the questionable things. People really either love this card or just don't play it at all. I think its effect is so powerful of a once per turn, not a hard once per turn, but a soft once per turn, constant negation that keeps cycling between your Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, trigger your circle, all that kind of stuff. I think this thing is very powerful, and it also just triggers Diablos over and over and over again. Like, I think this card is very, very good. But like, sometimes you don't need to activate it, and sometimes it is dead. But when it's live, it's just way too powerful, and I don't know that I can cut this right now. Maybe in the future, like, these 4 will be cut just because I don't like them anymore, but man, this thing is impressive. Then we got one Navigation. This thing is kind of starting to lose its uses, but it is good just to have the one, just to get a Dark Magician out of the hand, and its Grave effect is also pretty powerful. And finally, because this is a trap deck, if I'm playing a trap deck, it has triple Solemn Judgment in it. That's all you need to know, because back row removal exists. Then for the extra deck, this toxic, really, really toxic fusion monster. This thing is what happens when Masterpiece makes a love child with Cyber Dragon Infinity. This card should have legitimately not have been made. If you want to know what it does, just I literally just described it. Like, if you wanted to see its exact wording, I'm just going to scroll down real slow so you can take a look. It is not okay. Then we got the one Dark Magicians. This card's pretty cool. A lot of times it does seem kind of pointless to make, but other times it is kind of just insane. It kind of helps you just push for game. It's kind of like a El Shaddoll fusion with this a lot of times, where you're not actually using its effect very much, as you are just like pushing for game with it. But when it is live, which is most of the time, it is very powerful, and its floating effect is also pretty handy because we got Dark Magician Girl. And then these can also be made with Dark Magic Secrets. You can make Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. He protects your back row, and Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, and she is a Regeki Break, which is quick effect, obviously, so that's pretty good. Just toolbox the options. You'll almost never go into these because pretty much means you're getting rid of a mana dragon, which almost never is on the field ever. Even in the situations where it is, it immediately takes itself off the field because you're setting soul and then it dies. So usually you're fusing away a Diablos to make one of these, but like mainly the Dark Magician Girl is why you'd want to do that, just because it has a quick effect response in those emergency situations. Then Norito, you can make it 2 Ebon Illusion because you can make them. This card needs the combination of this card and these cards is very toxic to the game. Like, I can't stress enough that this, and this at the same time is stupid. It is like, it's very problematic that a 1-card win condition is ever put into any deck. No matter how much of a casual bait deck it is, cards like that are not healthy. Even if this deck doesn't do very much, like, it's still a very unhealthy combination of cards. And this, if you don't know what it does, it copies this. And then you can actually summon that turn because it's only copying the effect. So that's pretty stupid. Then we got Double Wee Witch. I think one of these should be a beat cop because it can trigger Diablos and it can protect your Eternal Soul and whatnot. So keep that in mind. Nightmares and then Burls. You will never make any of these forever, because any situation where you can make these, you have already won. But yep, I wanted to go over this deck because I've just been playtesting it over and over and over again, and it just overwhelmingly powerful for what I predicted it would be. So that's pretty impressive. I actually went against a Guru opponent on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and he burned all 3 Phoenixes and had all 3 final battles and still lost before I activated a single Red-Eyes fusion. I literally beat him before I even got to the win condition of my deck, and that's... Maybe that's saying something about Guru, or maybe it's saying something about this. I don't know. But there's been a lot of games like that where you can just, like, you grind your opponent out of resources. Even when you're, like, on 1 to 2 cards, you just, next turn, you're, like, at +7. Like, there's a lot of situations like that. And Red Eyes Fusion also being an automatic win button is just pretty insane. But, yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And remember, Master Dinnerflax will take your soul.